Hi, it's Ash again. I hope you're all having a good week. I kind of accidentally took May off from making content and filming YouTube videos because there's just a lot happening. I'm putting like a post on my Instagram tonight. It's probably up by the time you see this video. It's kind of just like a summary of what I've been up to over the past month, because so much has happened in my personal life. Mainly the big thing, my sister got married and it was her hen do. Basically all of the wedding stuff was throughout May, and it was really lovely, and I kind of gave myself some time off to just enjoy that and spend some time with my family. And then my car kind of blew up and died, so I've been spending time trying to get it fixed. Eventually worked out that it's probably not going to be fixed. I needed a new car. I kind of was thinking about moving on and getting a new car anyway, because I've had that one since I passed my test like 8 years ago. So it was probably time for a new car anyway, so I was looking at new cars. And then Kira and I are also in the process of adopting a cat, which is very, very exciting. All very exciting things. I actually just got my new car, or bought my new car over the weekend, so it should be delivered in the next few days. It's very exciting, and the cat is arriving. We're picking him up next week. So lots of exciting things, lots of change in my personal life. But I have actually been doing creative work as well. I have been making stuff. I've been trying out a new printer for my products and stuff for my shop and for my art prints. I've been wanting to use a smaller, hopefully more local printer. The one I found is print.work. They're based in Leeds, which isn't actually too far from me. All of their paper is recycled and eco-friendly, so I really, really like that. And I got my new business cards, which I worked on. I got them printed, and I got 2 new postcard designs printed, and a zine. If you saw in my last few vlogs, I was finishing up my old ink sketchbook, and I've turned my favourite pages from that into a zine, which I'm really excited about because I've never made a zine before. It was a bit of a learning curve for me. Definitely there's lessons that I've learned to take into the next time I try, but yeah, exciting things, lots of things happening. So I haven't taken May entirely off. I was working, I just wasn't filming it. This vlog, we're focusing on 2 different things. I'm working on a comic project for an anthology. There's a group called the Queer Youth Art Collective based in London. They're creating a comic anthology from different young queer creators, and I'm involved. I'm really excited. You can either do 2 pages or 4 pages, and it can be on any theme you want. It can be on about anything. I've decided to do 4 pages, so 2 spreads. I'm really excited. I haven't done a comic before. It's something I've been interested in a long time and I've been wanting to do. I just haven't really done it yet. I've already got an idea of what I want to do. I really like autobiographical comics as something I'm really interested in, so that's the direction we're heading, and I already have like the idea written down and somewhat of a script, so I just need to refine it. So I'm very excited to get working on that and to be a part of the anthology. I think the anthology itself is being published and released in September, and then the proceeds from it are going to support the Queer Youth Art Collective. And then the other thing to think about this week is I have a market at the end of the week on Friday. It's my first market of the year because of everything that's been going on, so I'm very excited for that. A bit nervous as well because it's been such a while since I've done one, but okay, let's go. So this afternoon I'm going to go meet with a friend for coffee and we're going to do some co-working. I'm going to work on my comic. I finished the layout sketches this morning and I printed them out at the A5 size that they're going to be, and I brought those with me so I can go over them and make some corrections, make some notes on what I need to change, anything in the layout, the sizing, do some quick sketching over the top, and then we're going to work on some more refined and more detailed sketches, and then after that we can work on the actual line work. I'm hoping I can get the finished, more detailed sketches done today, maybe tomorrow morning. But yeah, we're working well, we're working at a good pace. I'm really happy with what I've done so far. I'm just excited to keep working on it, to be honest. Okay, let's go. It is Saturday. The market yesterday actually went really well. It's my first time doing a market in the town where I live, which was really nice. Normally the markets that I do are like 40 minutes away at least, so I don't normally get people that I know coming. But yesterday a few of my friends turned up. My friend actually came with her mum, and it was just really nice to see people come out and support me, and buying things, and we had a nice chat, and they came quite early on in the day, and it just gave me a boost for the rest of the day that made me feel quite confident in myself and my stall and selling. So that was really nice. And the market itself, it was pretty quiet because it was on a Friday, but I think that was because they did it on that day because it was based in a co-working space in town, so we didn't get sort of the general public coming in very much. A couple people, but not too many. But there was a lot of the people that were in the co-working space would like come in and have a look during their day, so that was quite nice. So there wasn't a huge amount of foot traffic, but I did make some good connections with some of the people that were working there, and I did still manage to make a good profit, so I'm pretty happy with it. It's kind of crazy, it's halfway through the year and that was my first market of the year, because of how crazy everything has been in my personal life, and with car issues especially, I haven't been able to do some of the markets that I signed up for, so it feels good to finally get one under the belt, a good successful first market. I have 2 more in the upcoming months, so yeah, fingers crossed those goes well. Fingers crossed those goes well. Fingers crossed those go as well as that one did. Yeah, it feels like a weight off my back that one is done, because now I can focus on the comic. I did manage to sit and do some of the line work during the day yesterday whilst I was at my stall, which is really great. Honestly, the process is going quite smoothly. I was worried at every point in the process there's like decisions to be made, and normally I like agonize over these decisions, like what brush should I use for my line work, what line weight should I use for it. There were like all these little decisions. Normally I agonize over them, but for some reason with this project they're coming really easily and it's coming out good, like how I want it to, so I'm really happy about that. I have 3 days until the deadline. The deadline is Monday. I think it's midnight on the Monday, so I have that Monday as well. So today and tomorrow I'm gonna focus on line work, and hopefully tomorrow I can start on like shading and texture and stuff. I don't know how much color I'm going to do because it is black and white, so I do want to put some areas of shading in there, but it should be pretty simple, so it means I can focus mainly on the line work. I'm hoping that by the end of today I can get at least 2 or 3 of the 4 pages fully lined. Maybe that's being too ambitious, I don't know, but yeah, we'll see how we go. Whilst I have you here, this turned up today. I ordered a comic from Forbidden Planet. I thought we'd open it together. I saw on Instagram that Monster High does like comic specials, and apparently this is their 2nd year doing Pride comics, which I didn't know they did. And they do, I think it's 2 chapters, and one is they're each drawn by a different artist, and it turns out that one of the artists is an artist that I really admire, and I really love their work. So when I saw that, I had to get it. I really love the style. I've been wanting to draw comics for a really long time, and I've always loved them, but especially as I'm now really trying to put pen to paper and make that happen, I'm trying to read more comics. Here we go. I don't know, I just think that's really cool, especially because Monster High is owned by Mattel. I wouldn't have thought that they would do something like this, but they did. Dang, the artwork is so nice. It's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna save this as my reward for working on my comic today. If I can get, let's say if I can get 2 pages fully lined, I can read this tonight as a treat. Okay, let's get to work. So I did finish my comic. I'm really happy with the outcome. As I've been working on it, I've been printing out what I've got so far and making notes on things to edit and to change. So I thought I'd go through the different versions so you can see how we got to the end product. So this was the first one that I printed out. I think you saw me working on it in the cafe with my friend. This was literally just the layout sketch, so where all the panels are going to go, where the text is going to go. No real detail or actually like good anatomy yet. Just making slight changes, especially on this second spread, just making sure everything looks okay, moving some of the panels just slightly so it looks okay as a double page spread, because when I was working on it on my iPad I was only looking at one page at a time, so seeing it as a spread was actually really helpful. This was the second time I printed, much further along at this point. Most of the lines are done. I started to add line weight to it, and I was experimenting at this point with different texture in the rendering, I guess. So not too many notes really made on this one. This was it just starting to come together closer to the end. I tried putting texture in the solid color portions on this spread, and I decided against it. But I do like the texture that I used here, so I ended up bumping it up in opacity just to emphasize it a little bit more, so it matches more of this kind of opacity that I used. And then this was the last printing before the final. Almost everything was done at this point. I was just fiddling around with font and also the opacity levels of some of the shading and the color. I say color, it's in black and white, but the solid filled areas, I guess. So I tried these two different fonts. I ended up going with this one. This is more of a classic comic font, but this is the comic that I made is autobiographical, I guess, more stream of consciousness, thoughts and ideas. So I think this font made more sense and also just goes with my style better, I think. So yeah, this was, I also experimented on this page with colouring in these sparkles, but I didn't like it. And this was my other font option, which is the first one I tried. I didn't like it as much as the other one. Yeah, a few things changed since this, but yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I've tried making comics before, and normally I get discouraged halfway through, or I lose my motivation for it, and comics are quite big projects. Even just a few pages, there's quite a lot of drawing involved because of the amount of panels. I don't know why I did this to myself, but because of hands are a motif in this comic, so I ended up drawing I think it's 15, 17 pairs of hands in this comic. Don't know why I did that to myself, don't know why I made it difficult for myself, but I did. Luckily I'm kind of weird and I enjoy drawing hands. I find the challenge fun. I mean, it's one of those things where they're really hard to draw, but when you get them right, they just, I don't know, they make a drawing feel so much more human and so much more convincing. A well-drawn hand just pushes the quality up so much more, so I am really happy with how this turned out. I won't show you the final, the digital versions. I'm going to post them on Instagram, so you can go and have a look and find the full comic there. You can read it. You can also support Queer Youth Art Collective. I'll link their Instagram below. I believe the anthology is going to be coming out in September. There's going to be a small little launch for it in London, and all the proceeds go to supporting the collective. I think they recently lost one or two of their grants. They didn't get renewed for one or two of their grants, so donations and fundraising is really important for them right now. So if you can help out or purchase the anthology when it comes out, the support would really be appreciated. And there's going to be, I think there's 50 different people involved in the anthology, so there's a lot of artwork there for you to look at. But overall, I'm really proud of myself for sticking with this project and getting it done and creating something I'm actually really proud of. So I'm excited to hopefully keep this momentum going in my work, and I would like to experiment more with comics because this was really fun. That is the end of the video. If you watched the whole thing, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed or if you watched all the way through, I'd really appreciate it if you like this video. Subscribe, you can always change your mind later, but it really helps me out. And leave a comment down below, let me know what you're working on, if you're working on any projects right now. Tell me how your summer's going. I'd love to hear from you. So, okay, that's it from me for now. See you next time. Bye.